Ethiopia is a nation whose history, leadership, and strategic significance have long shaped the trajectory of this region and the continent. I'm especially grateful to the Minister of Defense for co-hosting the symposium, and to every delegation that has traveled from more than 40 African nations to take part in this gathering. I'd like to thank the 25 industry partners who traveled from the United States to showcase American commercial excellence in logistics and communication. This robust participation demonstrates our shared determination to strengthen Africa's security through practical cooperation. Today we come together around a simple idea. Partnership is not a slogan, it's a capability. Partnership is built deliberately through trust and transparency and the steady work of aligning our priorities. It is measured not only in what we say, but what we can do together when crises arise, when supply lines are threatened, and when populations need protection, and when our forces must operate across distances, terrain, and time together. That's why the United States is proud to co-host this symposium today. Logistics and communications, as we've heard already, may not always receive the headlines, but every commander in this room knows very well that they determine outcomes. Strategy can be sound and training can be excellent, equipment can be world-class. Yet without reliable logistics and secure communications, readiness fades quickly. When logistics fail, operations stall. When communications break down, coordination dissolves. And when these gaps appear, our adversaries know that and they exploit them. This symposium is designed to be practical. It brings together military leaders, defense experts, and industry partners, not to admire problems, but to solve them. We're here to discuss questions like how to move people and material efficiently, how to strengthen maintenance and supply chains, how to manage inventories and reduce waste, how to improve interoperability across forces, and how to protect the communications architecture that modern operations depend upon. These are not easy problems to solve, but if there's ever a better place to start tackling these questions, it's right here with this group. Improved logistics and communications goes beyond the battlefield. It's also an investment in resilience. Resilience against natural disasters, against instability, and against those who would use insecurity to undermine sovereignty. When the mission is peacekeeping, border security, maritime protection, counterterrorism, or humanitarian response, resilient logistics and secure communications are the backbone of national and regional readiness. But beyond these technical discussions, this conference matters for another reason. It strengthens relationships amongst all of you. African security challenges are rarely confined within one country's borders. Solutions cannot be either. Partnerships among African nations and between Africa and trusted international partners creates options. It allows leaders to respond faster, to share information responsibly, and to build systems that last beyond any single operation or budget cycle. For the United States, our approach is very clear. We want to work with African nations as equal partners, supporting locally defined priorities, strengthening institutions, expanding professional military education, and encouraging transparent procurement and sustainable defense economics. We believe that defense investments should deliver real capability, not hidden debt, enduring readiness, not short-term dependency. This is in the best interest of every African country represented here, because a continent that can move resources quickly, communicate securely, and sustain operations responsibly is a continent better able to protect its people, enable trade, attract investment, and to keep the peace. When supply corridors are dependable, commerce thrives. When communications are secure, trust grows. When militaries can respond rapidly and professionally, communities feel safe enough to build. The American people share the same interests in stability, open and secure trade routes, accountable governance, and rule of law. We share concerns about transnational threats, terror networks, illicit trafficking, cyber intrusion, and the destabilizing effects of conflict. We stand for the core principles of sovereignty, transparency, professionalism, and partnership. So let this symposium be a platform for collaboration across ministries and services, across borders, across the public and private sectors. A platform that turns conversations into agreements, requirements into plans, and plans into capabilities. To the Minister of Defense and her staff, thank you for your leadership in co-hosting this symposium. To the many African delegations from across the continent, thank you for your shared commitment to peace and stability. And to our industry partners, thank you for bringing American innovation and expertise that can support African-led solutions. Together, let us build partnerships that will be forged this week, not as abstract commitments, but as practical steps to strengthen security, support development, and advance peace and stability across the continent. Thank you again.